Okay, let's talk about the future. By 2026, those screens you see everywhere, in lobbies, stores, offices, they're not going to just be displays anymore. They're on their way to becoming the central nervous system of how a business actually operates. We're witnessing a huge shift away from just digital posters and into this new era of what's being called experience infrastructure.
So I gotta ask, when you think of digital signage, are you still picturing just screens and playlists? If you're not in your head, yes, it's time for a major update, because what used to be a pretty simple tool for announcements is evolving into a core piece of business strategy. So what does this new era of experience infrastructure really mean for you?
Here it is. This is the term you absolutely need to know. Experience infrastructure. So what is it? Think of it as this invisible layer that connects, well, everything. It's the glue that links your physical spaces, your critical business systems, and every single person who walks through your door, from customers to your own team.
So why is all this happening right now? What's really driving this new reality? To get why this matters so much, you just have to look at the numbers. The scale of this shift is, well, it's absolutely massive. This number, it basically says it all. According to Grandview Research, the market is projected to hit nearly $46 billion by 2030. This isn't some niche tech anymore. No way. This is a fundamental, structural change in how organizations are going to operate inside their physical spaces. And this growth isn't just happening inside corporate walls. The digital out-of-home market, we're talking billboards, bus stops, all those public displays, it's just surging, up over 11% in a single quarter. Brands are doubling down on screens out in public for one simple reason. That's where our attention is. So what's the actual technology making all this possible? Let's pop the hood and take a look at the foundational trends that are really powering this whole evolution. Okay, so for years, the big focus was on cloud control, right? Managing everything from one central place. And yeah, that's still the standard. But the real game changer for 2026 is what's called edge resilience. Let me put it simply. What happens when your internet goes down? Edge resilience means that screen just keeps on working, playing its content from its own local storage. It's not a luxury, it is the absolute bedrock of reliability. This quote just gets right to the heart of it. A screen that can't talk to your other business systems, it's just a really, really expensive digital poster. Its value is capped, and honestly, its days are numbered. And this is exactly why integration is everything. The real value gets unlocked when your signage is actively talking to your business. I mean, imagine it syncing with your identity systems for secure access, or pulling data from room booking calendars, or making visitor check-ins totally seamless. Or maybe it's displaying live KPI dashboards from your data sources. That's when it goes from being a silo to a vital piece of your entire IT landscape. Okay, so we've covered the tech. But what does this all actually feel like for the end user? Let's dive into how people are actually going to interact with these smarter spaces. One of the core new experiences is what's called the mobile handoff. It's a simple idea. The big screen grabs your attention, but your smartphone is where the personal action happens. A quick QR scan or an NFC tap on your phone instantly bridges that gap. It moves you from a public display to your own device to finish a task, like, say, getting directions or joining a waitlist. And this unlocks a huge expansion of self-service. And we are not just talking about ordering food here. Think about it. An employee checks in a visitor right from the lobby screen. A patient navigates a huge, confusing hospital campus with ease. Or a factory worker gets a critical real-time safety alert. Every single one of these examples is about removing friction and making things smoother and way more efficient for everyone. Of course, we have to talk about AI. But by 2026, AI in this space is all about being practical, not just hype. Its real value is boosting productivity. We're talking about AI that helps you create content way faster, or translates messaging for global audiences at scale, and even analyzes data to schedule the perfect content at the perfect time. It's about automating the grunt work so your teams can focus on strategy. All right, let's shift gears to something that is absolutely 100% critical, the non-negotiables. Getting these fundamentals right is what separates a successful project from a career-limiting mistake. First up, security. It is not an add-on. It is the absolute baseline. Just imagine for a second your main welcome screen in the lobby suddenly displaying a competitor's ad, or something much worse. It's a brand nightmare, and it can happen in an instant. Every single screen has to be secured with the same discipline as any corporate laptop or server, period. Next, privacy. The moment your system uses a sensor or tracks any kind of interaction, privacy becomes a core feature. And this isn't just some slogan you put in a press release, it is fundamental risk management. Because if you lose your audience's trust, that entire experience you've worked so hard to build becomes totally worthless. And finally, sustainability. And look, this isn't about PR, it's about smart operations. It means choosing hardware that's energy efficient. It means automatically powering down screens when a room is empty, and it means building a durable system that you won't have to wastefully replace in just a couple of years. So, with all that in mind, how do you actually build a winning strategy? Let's turn all these insights into a clear, actionable plan. Here's a really straightforward playbook. Number 1, don't try to do everything at once. Please, just start by picking 1 or 2 user journeys where you can make a really big impact. 2, define what success actually looks like and give somebody ownership of it. 3, insist on those IT-grade basics: security, reliability, monitoring. And 4, pilot it, measure the results, and then scale up what works. You know, this quote just captures the new reality perfectly. Success in 2026 isn't going to be measured by how big your screen is. Nope. It's going to be defined by the quality of the operations running behind it. The smartest, the most reliable, and the most integrated systems, those are the ones that are going to win. So as you're planning for 2026, the question you have to ask yourself is pretty simple. Is your signage just a digital poster on a wall, or is it becoming your experience infrastructure? The choice you make is going to define its value and its relevance for years to come.